Hey, what is going on, ladies and the gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back for the third part of our Identity Crisis run, where I actually decided to install a mod to make this whole transition sequence much easier for us. I can simply decide to tag switch now, and I can, put on a couple of durations and filters and stuff. If you haven't watched the first or second parts, that's fine. It's not necessary to keep watching, but I do recommend you go check those out so that you get a little bit more context as to why we're playing Castile. But if you have been watching and enjoying the series, then subscribing and leaving a like would be hugely appreciated. So now, let's see what we get. And we get Aiden. Okay. This may or may not break a lot of the visibility things. Let me just let a day pass by. Maybe it'll take a month. Yeah, I think I broke the visibility. It should maybe fix itself. But anyway, even though we have a couple of broken visibility issues that might solve themselves later, right now we are in a war with Ethiopia, and apparently well, it's actually looking quite even. Ethiopia is trying to take a province from our ally Adal here, so we don't really have to do much, but we should at least try to help them out a little bit. As for the rest of our situation here, we've done pretty well converting. Well, to a degree. We've taken religious ideas, which I actually do agree with. That's a pretty good idea. The Renaissance has also begun to spread a little bit along the coast here, which is great. It might end up reaching us without us having to do anything, but looking at our current situation, I might be deving it anyway. But hey, I do like the idea of grabbing this conversion speed. That'll help us convert pretty quickly. We also don't have much crown land, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know what the AI is doing about this. Looks like they're just abusing the Demi, which kind of sucks. Okay, looks like visibility has been completely restored to what it should be. There we go, and we immediately get a disaster. Oh, that's the tag. Switch one. That's one way to make it happen, I suppose. Let's start by taking out his allies, actually. We're not making much money. We're able to blockade this strait, so we'll actually get rid of this. And these light ships can go and protect trade here. Oh, well, that was over a lot faster than I thought it would be. Apparently we lost, but just barely, so... Well, good. That makes it none of my business now. I can also apparently just form Yemen. Like, I could just do that. Sure, okay. So we kind of get new missions, but I also kind of got rid of the old ones, which I maybe should have completed first, so... Bit of a trade-off on that one. And the trade-off being, just not in my favor at all, in any way. Well, we don't have that much to do, so let's bring these guys back home and see if we can do a bit of conquering. Or not, because it appears that Hadramut is actually allied with the Mamluks. Isn't that great? Najran here is my ally, which I'll probably end up destroying. And Hormuz over here is actually rather strong. It looks like they've actually been doing converting, which is great. They only have 3 provinces left, so I'm proud of them for doing their thing, but yeah, we kind of need that Renaissance at this point. And in that case, I think I'll be getting rid of my alliance with Najran here. And I'll fabricate a bunch of claims on him. Let's go for some tax farming. Well, actually, one thing we can do is ally the Mamluks. That's a great idea. And Najran, I think I'm going to break that royal marriage with, because I don't want to waste all that Diplo. Oh, actually, it looks like this guy went ahead and allied Karakoyunlu. You know, as you do. They aren't very strong right now, but I imagine in 5 years they're going to be strong enough to stop me from invading Najran. That's annoying. So my mind tells me that I should probably dev the Renaissance, but we obviously don't want to do it on the mountains. Moving the capital is expensive, but it looks like we'll have to move it to a coastline. Even if the coastline is really also quite bad. The Mamluks will get it in 6 years, but I kind of want to, make sure we have it before then as well, so might as well dev up a whole bunch while I'm at it. Alright, I'll spend a bunch of dev on this then. And hopefully that helps to make us a whole bunch of money as well, and a bunch of force limit, because we're going to need that. And with this extra money, I think it's a good idea to try and go ahead and get some advisors as well. There we go. We're making, total income is 11.5 ducats. We have a decently sized army, and we're going to get the Renaissance somewhat soon. There we go, everything's been converted, and even though the Ulema are going to be upset, or the Dimbi, sorry, I think we're going to go ahead and revoke some land anyway. It's just a couple of particularists. Alright, we'll get a claim over here. And we'll get a claim over here. And we're done. So now the Renaissance can start spreading. It's probably a good idea to build some buildings, but of course we're going to let that Renaissance get started. I don't think we're going to wait. I think we're just going to go ahead and grab it. There we go. I'll grab this final claim over here, and we can at least start the war. I don't think we'll be able to finish it, but we can at least get started. Alright, we're going to focus on admin. This guy's definitely going to need it to fix up his tech. The Mamluks should be fully capable of invading Karakoyunlu on, in my stead, so don't have too much to worry about. Now let's get a little bit more money, use legalism, and go back. And with this much money, we can build another mosque over here for some more income. The only worry I have is that the Karakoyunlu troops are going to go down here and just destroy me. So maybe I will leave this fort on. We are only fighting around 19,000. We might be able to do something here. His tech is 7, our tech is 7 as well. Alright, nice job, Mamluks. So we control about 27% of this trade. Not bad. Of course, we're going to be betraying the Mamluks, which is probably not a good idea, but I suspect they're going to get killed by the Ottomans one day anyway. In fact, we might as well Royal Marry and ally the Ottomans when possible. Alright, Hadramut. It's time. Alright, we don't have too much longer on this. Let's get ourselves a new general. We're starting to be a little bit behind on tech, but that's alright. We have 1 year left. I think during that year we're going to peace out. I think Yemen will automatically ally the Ottomans when they're ready for it. I think when these wars are done, the AI will probably automatically do that. At least, I hope so. Alright, we're really starting to run out of time now. We've grabbed the siege finally. We're gonna take that ship. Alright, we might be able to finish both of these wars actually. It's a bit of a matter of luck at this point, but let's see what we can do. Actually, if I do this, if I just piece them out like this right now, then the Mamluks don't actually hate me. So even though we're getting less money out of this whole thing, I think this would keep us alive longer because the Mamluks aren't going to want to kill us. And I think that's the better thing to do. Not too much time left now, and Makuria will peace out with their alliance with Adal, which works for me. We'll take a bit of money. There we go. And then we'll get to annex this guy. Apparently this will cause a small coalition, except it's just Hadramut and they'll be dead, so who cares. Alright, you know what? Not a bad haul. Not bad for 10 years, I'd say. It could be a lot worse, but we managed to expand ourselves to a pretty decent size. I think we went up by at least 50 dev. Something around those lines. But the time is upon us to swap nations. Apparently it's only going to work in the next month, so I'm just going to do this manually. We want to make sure it stays on January. Alright, let's see what we get. And... Googe. Huh. I feel like we've been playing in these areas already. But, as we can see here, it looks like... Yeah. Our poor Nepal did not hold on to all of his territory. Rather unfortunate. I don't really know what to do here. We're not very strong at all, but we should at least have the Renaissance. Or... Oh... Right. Nepal never finished that, did they? Huh. Well, that hurts a little bit. That really hurts. And we can't really invade anyone, and that's also terrible. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of deving, unfortunately. Having our capital in the glacial isn't great. In fact, mountains are just better than glacial in every way possible, so we're gonna move that capital to right about here. We're gonna start with that. Also, I can't believe we're not even at our force limit. I mean, come on, really? It's not like we can afford much, but still. And if we have money to spend on drilling, we have money to spend on advisors, so... Let's go with national tax, spy network construction, and land force limit. A little expensive, but it's the price we're paying to get progress. So let's see here, we're going to go straight to encourage development, and we're going to be sitting here basically deving for a long time, again. Because Nepal did not finish the Renaissance, and it's a little bit unfortunate how that worked out. At least this time all these states are handled properly, that's great. You don't usually see that too often. That merchant's in the right place, we might as well put someone here, even if it's practically worthless. And maybe this time we'll get the Renaissance. Now, deving in these mountains over here, it's kind of cancer, but we don't really have another option at this point. Oh, apparently we can just royal marry Ming. Okay. We'll see where this can go. Well, we're not going to stay as a tribe, so I think we're just going to go ahead with this one. Just in case we need to boost stab at any point. If we manage to get Ming to really like us, we might actually somehow be able to ally them. Alright, looks like Ming's not going to ally us. I didn't think they would. Sometimes you see it with the AI though. Could have happened, maybe. Now Bengal wouldn't be a bad idea either. They're pretty strong. So we can go ahead and royal marry them. Ah, looks like Nepal's falling apart unfortunately. Well, that's not good. And they're being invaded. Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you, Nepal. It was nice knowing you. We're getting there. I swear we're gonna bring the Renaissance to Asia one of these days. At some point we'll do it. I think I'm strong enough at this point. I think I'll refuse the tribute next. I think I'll remove the tributary status. It'll decrease our stability by 1, but I don't think we want to be Nepal's tributary at this point. Could maybe ally them though. That wouldn't be bad. Or possibly just kill them. At this point, that might also be possible. Once we get the Renaissance, I think I might. We're gonna need money from something, and with very little dev, we're gonna have to get it from somewhere. So, let me start fabricating claims. Oh, never mind, they've just allied Jaunpur. Okay, that's not happening. Never mind. We've sort of been hugboxed as well. We can't really invade this guy. Well, we could try to invade Ladakh. It's just that we'd have to fight Afghanistan and Tsang, and I don't think we can do that. Well, maybe if we bring in Kham. Maybe we can. Well, for the time being, it's still deving, so... I've been warned by Chagatai, really? Oh my god, this couldn't be worse, could it? I don't think this one's gonna... I don't think much is gonna really come out of this one, to be honest. I've just been warned by Chagatai, who borders the one nation I was going to invade. And Tsang has 4 allies, including Nepal. Nepal over here is allied to Jaunpur. We've sort of been boxed in at this point. There's not really much I can do. Unless I can figure out a way to get some strong allies. To be honest, there's not much we can do. We can also take back some more land, and I think we're going to give ourselves the religious state. As unfortunate as this is, it's just the luck of the dice. There's not much we can really do about this. Yeah, no, there's really not much we can do. We could just throw ourselves at the enemy and hope to get something done. Maybe. But there's only about 2 years left, and I'd rather just wait it out and move on to the next nation. And to think we took diplomatic ideas as well. Oh, jeez. There you go, bud. There's not much else you're gonna be able to do with diplomatic there. And of course now we're called into a war. Okay. Alright, we'll do it. There's not much time left, there's about a year. Let's get something done. Who might war with? Nothing I can really use. That will just be helpful then. If anything, at least we have, you know, up-to-date military tech, if nothing else. War taxes for sure. And we'll try to be at least, you know, a slight bit helpful. And now I have no rivals, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad at this point. Probably bad. Oh, there we go. There's one dude out of the war. But our time is just about up. Alright, 1504, January, we got to do pretty much nothing for this entire time, but hey. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes that's just the roll of the dice. So we got a terrible nation, we dev the Renaissance. You know what? At least the Renaissance is in Asia now. But hopefully you did enjoy this episode no matter how kind of boring it was. This is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. I would like to give a quick thank you to all of the patrons for the month of January. especially those we have starting in the General tier: Quiet Guy, Brennan Arsenault, Ben Greenhagen, Torvald, Farron, Brumant, Natsuki, and Dire Avenger. Those we have in the Prince tier: Snow Raven and Rockbox 2020. In the King tier, we have Chewy Shoot. In the Elector tier, we have TFLJ Martis. And in the Conqueror of Worlds tier, we have The Watcher. Thank you guys so much for your pledges, it really does mean a lot to me, and I can't possibly thank you enough.